Okay, let's get on to Kathleen Wynne. That's right, I said Kathleen Wynne, even though Kathleen Wynne is a loser. Yes, I never voted for that bitch in the first place. Oh, she scared my dog. It ran out in front of a train and died. That's how ugly that bitch is. And talking about stupid, oh my god, she's almost as stupid as that sidetrack car commercial was. That was the dumbest thing going until, well, she's right there next to it. Anyways, I've got a whole pile of dirt on that skank. And let's see, she was elected, what, 2014? Who voted for her? I sure as hell didn't. Anybody out there want to fess up to admit that they voted for that skank? She's done nothing but sink Ontario. She's cost Ontarians billions and billions and billions of dollars. And it started from the very beginning after Dalton McGuinty, that they both had their hand in on it. The gas plant. Remember the gas plant? Can you say gas plant? I can. Remember that gas plant there, Kathleen? You skank now. That was one of her very first scandals. And that cost Ontario taxpayers, what, $1,100,000,000 because of her. And get this one. People that were paid to do the job who didn't do the job were paid what, 400 or 500 million? Excuse me, where I'm from, you do the job and then you get paid. Gas plant. They didn't do the job, but they got paid, and oh, did they ever get paid? And guess what? It didn't come out of her pocket. No. She made it so it come out of everybody else's pockets, not hers. If it came from her, it was only a couple of pennies that she found on the street digging through dog shit or something. You can tell I don't care for Kathleen Loser at all. Now, so after the gas plant, another scandal she was involved with in 2016, Hydro One. She sold 30% of Hydro One, and as soon as she did that, let's see what happened. Hydro rates, oh my god, they went through the roof. And in the news there was talk of people's hydro bills over $1,000, more than their mortgage payments. Can you believe that? And it's all because of this famous skank, Kathleen Loser. And anybody that votes for her next go round needs to have their head examined, needs to be in a rubber room, needs to sit in front of a train track, wait for a train. Another thing that she was involved in, let's see, well, there's a teacher strike thing. Twice that there was teacher strike stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. There's the budget, which is part of the teacher strike stuff. Bargaining negotiations with the Elementary Teachers Federation. That was 2013, part of the budget. And that cost taxpayers a lot. $5 million because she paid for lodgings and food. And apparently they stayed in like Taj Mahal places, and their pizzas that they got were made in gold boxes and encrusted with diamonds or something, because it cost taxpayers $5 million. I wish I had some of that expensive pizza. Oh yeah, I wish I had that. Let's see, then there's the economy. She was talking about in the minimum wage a few years back. She talked about it, but she finally did it. We'll get into when she actually managed to swing that by. But there was some lip about doing it before it even happened, and she went forth with it anyways. But at the same time, Honda announced plans to put, what is it, $857 million in 3 plants, and she announced that her government would invest 10% of the total invested by Honda, which would work out to $85.7 million. And that bill was passed on to the taxpayers. I don't think Honda did too much with their plants that they talked about. They got that money though, and she billed everybody for it. Now let's see, go a little further. I'm sure everybody remembers the orange scandal. Yeah, everybody's got to remember that orange scandal. We can't forget that. Then there's May of 2014. There was 5 scandals that would haunt her government for a long time, and I'm not going to let those 5 scandals float by. Like I've already mentioned, the orange, the gas plants, the e-health, the Windsor Parkway. That was a scandal and a half. Pan Am Games, there was a scandal and a half. Now, when I said the e-health, there was a young kid needed eyeglasses or some kind of eye medication or something, and that child was denied, yet all other Ontario kids were getting that one free, but that one was denied, and that was her doing. We won't deny that. And then there's, let's see, we can name a whole pile of other crap that she's had her hands in, besides those and the Dalton McGuinty scandals with poor management practices. Over 100 reasons to not vote for any scamming, lying liberal. Kathleen Loser especially. Anyways, here I'll just run down a little bit of a list here. Green energy scandal, it cost like $20 billion or something like that. E-health scandal cost almost $2 billion. Then there was a gas plant which cost $1.1 billion. The orange scandal cost $700 million. Then the Caledonia Hydro Line scandal, which cost $116 million. And you gotta remember those hydro lines that, you know, they come from nowhere and they go to nowhere, but hey, we're still paying $55 million a year interest on that, and that's all passed down to the Ontario taxpayer. The lines go from nowhere to nowhere, but yet they cost $55 million a year interest to pay off the interest on something they put up that they use or do not use. And the hydro by itself is a scam. I will explain that somewhere down the line in one of my videos. That hydro is a big scam, a huge scam, and it has been a huge scam for many years. The lobbyist scandal, which cost 2 multi-million-dollar scandals, eco-free Provincial scandals, $18 million there. Then there's the Cancer Care Ontario scandal, $18 million. And then the slush fund scandal, the Pan Am scandal. The slush fund was like $32 million. The Pan Am was just $2.5 billion at the tops, 1.4 to 2.5 billion, I do believe. Trillium Wind Power and Sky Power Limited lawsuit, $500 million. Yes, $500 million. Now let's see, there was Cement Company lawsuit for $275 million. That was outside of Hamilton, the scuttled for political reasons. Now let's see, there was the OLG scandals. Anybody remember that? Millions of dollars. Millions. And then after running the deficit, more than double our debt of over $11 billion. Yes, our deficit at that time was over $11 billion. More than double our debt, $288 billion. Tax collection, tax collectors getting $45,000 severance packages for switching jobs from provincial to federal. So in other words, you're doing the same job, you're just switching from this floor to that floor, and just for doing that, each one of them got $45,000. Excuse me, that's like being a Tim Hortons worker. No, I won't even use Tim Hortons because of that stupid stuff that's going on with those rogue idiots now. I'll use a convenience store. Now, let's just hypothetically say 7-Eleven was still around. Now, you got a teller working at 7-Eleven. They switch stores and they get $45,000 for that. Instead of working at the store on this side of the street, they go to the store on that side of the street and they get $45,000 for it. And this was part of Kathleen Wynne stuff. Yeah, she did this shit. Then, let's see, we can't forget that she deleted emails and stuff like that. Dalton McGuinty email stuff. Go back, if your memory can remember it. She was deleting emails. No, I'm not talking about Hillary Clinton stuff, about deleting emails. I'm talking about Kathleen Wynne, Dalton McGuinty, email deleting. Yes, we can't forget about that, can we? Niagara Falls Commission scandal, Ontario Power Generation scandal, Children's Aid Society scandal. There's a whole kind of G20 secret approval, police power scandal, auto insurance scandal. Yes, everybody remembers the auto insurance scandal, don't they? Come on, you got to. In fact, I'm going to stop listing off all this stuff because I'm going to try and keep this intro video to Kathleen Loser short. If you want to read more about her scandals, just go down through the description. You can pause the video and just glance through it. And you can unpause the video after you've read it all. And you'll see when you read it, there's all kinds of stuff in there. The nursing scandal, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, there's the scandal about what she talked about freezing public service workers' wages. Then she gave the Ontario Police OPP a 5% raise on top of another 8% raise after that. And then this is after she said she's going to freeze public service workers' wages. Yeah, okay. And then there's more down there too. There's a whole pile more. Loss of 6,500 cancer patient health records. All kinds of stuff that she's had her hand in and all that. Then there's the Oakville gas plant scandal, which I've already mentioned. The MARS scandal, over $300 million, secretly approved by Wynne and hidden from the public and the legislator. Yes, he kept stuff hidden from everybody. And if you've watched the House of Commons on TV lately, I've seen it before Christmas and after Christmas, where she's been talking about these prices and saying that the books are right. Then she has this ministry, funny-looking fruitcake guy with his glasses and bald head stand up and say, yes, the books are right, and this and that and this and that, and backs up her story. But yet, there's one woman, I don't think she's associated to any party. She's just internal investigator, and she went through the books and says the numbers do not match. They don't work out. But yet, Kathleen Wynne says they do. I don't believe Kathleen Wynne. I don't believe anything she says. Do you? If you do, you're a fool, because she's proven time and time again that she's nothing but a fucking liar. A piece of shit lying bitch. She's a liar, she's a scammer, and she don't care about anybody but her own self. Now, my next video about Kathleen Wynne, I'm going to touch on her bullshit of the smart meters, her lack of housing. She's doing fuck all for anybody for housing. Then the minimum wage raise. Well, that was, in all senses and purposes, that does sound like a great idea, raising the minimum wage. But it by far, it is a very bad idea. Very bad idea. And I will touch on that too in the next video. As for now, I am going to end this video, and you want to read more than what I'm saying here that I didn't say, just pause the video and click on the description and read what's in the description. It'll be a long list, trust me. You will be impressed. You will maybe have things that you forgot about come back to your memory, and you may remember some of them. Take care now, and remember, do not vote for Liberals. Do not vote for Kathleen Loser. She's sinking Ontario. She's sunk it long ago, and she's trying to put it further down and further down. So anyways, I'm ending this video now. You can freeze it, read the description. If you want, subscribe, because I'm going to tell it like it is. And as you can see, I am telling it like it is, and I got my dirt on this gank. And Kathleen Wynne, I'm going to gun you down big time. You're like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, like a little bunny rabbit staring up a shotgun. Later, dumbass. Oh, and remember, Kathleen, you won't get my vote ever. Never. And I know many others that are going to do the same thing who've already said it. And a lot of that has to do with your housing and the minimum wage stuff. Anyways, I'll get to that stuff in the next video. Later.